Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. Good run on daily so far. It's an Azazel daily for the first time. For the first time we've seen in a while at least. Now, I've learned, again, I've been mentioning it, but it bears mentioning again. I assume people, you know, they skip episodes, they fall asleep before it's mentioned. I might be the only person on Earth awake for all of every Isaac episode. That puts me in esteemed company. What can I say? Was it? Well, as long as I can be with me, we get along so well I can't even believe it. It's the same Tom Waits quote I use every time. Marbles. Many trinkets. Tell you right out of the gate, I do not know which of those trinkets is best. I do think that Slow Worm must be worst. However, what I was going to mention. If we get the chance to fight Hush, it's for the best. I was mistaken. I mind jammed myself. Let's do it. Oh, daddy, that takes forever to charge. This is gonna suck on rooms where there's a lot of enemies. Against bosses, it should melt them. But NL, you probably would have melted bosses anyway. Shut it, okay? I'm thinking. Retrovision. Tears up? Nope. Tears up? Oh, let's go! Don't give me a tears down. Lemon. Okay. We're free. What do we take here? What do we take? I'm gonna take the Onk. Wait. Hold on. Louse? That's not how that works. Give me the Onk, just in case. Alright, we're gonna go down to the next floor. What I was saying was that I had mind jammed myself into believing that for some reason fighting the Hush was bad. Even if you had the power to fight the Hush. The idea was that, like, oh, it's a bad idea one way or the other. Wrong. That hurts, to almost finish the charge and then give it up. Yeah, why not? If you can fight the Hush, you should fight the Hush. If you can't fight the Hush, and we had a run that basically fit that bill, we were in time, like a Justin Timberlake film, where time was a currency. Don't at me, I've not seen it. Time is already a currency. Haven't you heard of the expression, time is money? Nah. I think we benefited from not fighting Hush on that run. We ranked very, very well. Rank well by name and rank very well by reputation. Yeah, baby. Austin Powers. The Spy Who Shagged Me. 2001. Sorry, I'm switching my brain out of Slay the Spire mode. It's like Nate Dogg said. I laid all them busters down. I let my gat explode. Now I'm switching my mind back into freak mode. You know, Nate Dogg understands that some things in life are mutually exclusive. Laying all them busters down with an exploding gat, not conducive to switching your mind back into freak mode. Very happy with this, by the way. Sometimes you gotta take a minute and just, you know, go between those two modes. That's what we're doing right now. We're not going to freak mode. This is family-friendly content. Even though I did say, lay all them busters down, I made my gat explode. Which will probably be able to sneak by the Google language filter. Why not? Kamikaze become the bomb. Whatever, we tried. We're out. And I actually feel like we've done a very, very strong job on this floor. Of course, we're fast, but I think we're ahead of schedule. The thing is, anytime there's a reroll machine, you never know, right? Did we reroll ourselves out of something amazing? Maybe we took the amazing item, is the other thing. Okay, we definitely, obviously want to check into that, but kind of tempted to open that, to be honest. Our rate of fire, still bad, and, you know, spoilers. It will never... That was so dumb. Of me, I should say. It will never be good. It will just be better. That is just the most horrible way to approach this room. What are you thinking? Alright. Our damage is incredible. All we gotta do is accept that, you know, the best thing for us, and I'm loving the boss fights. Don't get me wrong. The best thing for us is to accept it's gonna take as long as it takes to charge. And I actually completely think a multi-dimensional baby is helpful, believe it or not. I don't see any duplicate tiers upgrades. No tiers downgrades, please. That's fine. Addicted does not matter here. So why is multi-dimensional baby good at all? Check this out. Okay, it's not really the shrewdest example, but you get what I'm getting at, I assume. Anyway, we're in a great spot on this run. Will I fight the boss? Oh, absolutely. I have no problem fighting the boss on this run. You guys say thank you when you get off the bus? I've lived in a big city too long. It's actually a very common recurring argument on the Vancouver subreddit. Not argument, but like point of contention. Do you say thank you to the bus driver when you get off the bus? I used to do it. I hailed from a small town. And I always learned to say thank you when you get off the school bus. Just a nice thing to do. I don't think it's not nice. But then, you know, I kind of reached the point where people love living in cities, but there's a weird kind of like urban malaise that falls over you. Where everybody, while they're traveling, is like, this city would be great if there weren't all these people in it. I don't think we even want this. Like, I don't think there's a point to taking it, is a better way to describe it. A little embarrassed about my damage penalty so far, but let's not belabor the point. So now, I'm not grumpy when I travel. But I'm like, I'm not going to say thank you when I get off the bus. Because, you know, the bus driver, he's got other things in his life. It's not that I'm not thanking him sincerely, but it's like, it feels like it's insincere, right? Just to say thank you. All I'm going to say, no matter where you fall on the spectrum, it's okay. We can get through this together. You know, part of it, I have to admit, is, I don't want to say it's embarrassment, but, you know, if I'm getting off the back of the bus, I don't want to have to shout, thank you, all the way to the front. And I'm like, nah, dude. I'm going to look on cool in front of these other urban denizens. If anything, it's not like I think I'm too cool to say thank you. It's I'm worried if I say thank you, I'll lose the limited veneer of coolness I already have. So how is this run going? I think it's going very well. I think, again, I don't know if other people play Azazel to the same degree that I do. I try not to play Azazel, but I feel like I might be one of the only people out there randoming to begin with. And I don't mind getting up close and personal from a range-based perspective. This is one where I'm going to have to take the L. And not say thank you when I get off. Ugh, I want restock for certain. Do I want to pick up Shade? I struggle with this. That hurts. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I struggle with this. I don't want to be the guy that avoids picking up items because it'll cost me 10 points on a daily. But at the same time, are we really getting anything of value out of Shade at this point? Or are we just picking it up to reaffirm that we're the zany guy who doesn't care about score, you know? Am I just fitting into this, you know, egg-shaped peg that I've created for myself that says I'm the zany guy? Everybody else that beat me, I'm just setting up a plausible scenario where they don't care as much about the entertainment value as I do. You know, it's not really fair, is what I'm trying to say. It's not fair to them, it's not fair to me. I'm drowsy. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pick up Shade. It's kind of thrown me into a crisis right off the bat. You know what? I wonder if Child's Leash keeps... Nope. I was going to say if Child's Leash keeps multi-dimensional baby close enough. Let's go. For us to be able to use it as a brimstone enhancer. By the way, you probably at this point don't need me to tell you this, but it's a dangerous world to be fighting Hush as Azazel. We've had a lot of runs in our lifetime where we were killing it. Absolutely crushing it. 8, 9 out of 10 runs. And then we get to Azazel. We don't have enough HP for a boss fight that requires you to stand right next to the boss. Another Emperor card. Lovely. So I'm just putting it out there that I'm being slightly more conservative in my approach. We will take deals with the devil that are relevant, but you might have noticed. Okay, we're at the cap. You might have noticed I said no. Oh, you son of a gun. I was scratching my hand. You might have noticed I said no to Brother Bobby. That's because I think Brother Bobby is a bad item. Full stop. Infamy, on the other hand, amazing item. And you know what? I'm not going to take shade. I'm going to take shade. Because I actually, the more I thought about it, I mind jammed myself yet again. In a good way. This time it was a constructive mind jam. And the idea I had in my head was, let's make it plausible that the shade would help us out on Hush. That sounds good to me. So, I'm going to Emperor card. We don't want to use it on the next floor. What is this incredibly large dangle fight? Oh. Okay. Wait a minute, you're not dangle at all. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Oop. Okay, we don't want a rate of fire increase yet unless we can find a way to deal with it. I don't know, man. Sure, I'm gonna do it. Cambion Conception and Betrayal. Well, dude, I paid for him, so I'm gonna take it. I'm also gonna take a Thame, because we got a way to get HP back. But not particularly strong. Either way, dude, the boss fight was right next to us. That's hilarious. Justice. Petition, please, Nicholas. I would like to change Justice in-game to Orange Justice, the dance from Fortnite. Or at least make you Orange Justice every time you use the card. I'll have you know, I don't play Fortnite. I did for a while, for a time. Both recreationally and professionally. The reason I bring up Fortnite now is because I find it funny and it bothers people. That's right. I'm doing it just to be in the fly in the ointment. Straight up. I love Bookworm for basically double damage. But I gotta stick with the nail. Does the nail not give us double damage? I think it's double damage. I'm here to tell you, you know? People sometimes malign me, jokingly or otherwise. They think I'm an out-of-touch old man. And they use this common image from The Simpsons where it's Principal Skinner and it says, am I out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong. Sometimes the kids are wrong. But I also want to point out, I'm not really that guy. I'm the guy who rails against those guys. When I see, and I've mentioned this, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago, but there was a tweet that was like, man, the Earth should have ended in 2012. And it was like, hundreds of UK parents put their kids in Fortnite dance class. Which is a sentence that didn't even sound right leaving my mouth. But, anytime people are like, I hope a meteor hits the Earth, Fortnite sucks. I'm like, first off, I'm down with the parlance of the millennials. I know you don't actually want a meteor to hit the Earth. If a meteor hit the Earth, how would you get the new season of BoJack Horseman? Which you are literally living for right now. Hold on. Okay, we can't do anything there. Yoink. But still, let the kids have their Fortnite dances. Let your little brother talk about Fortnite, okay? Why is it that, you know, people conveniently, in my opinion at least, They always find things to... And I'm not the biggest Fortnite fan, and, you know, maybe the monetization involved could be predatory, even though I don't think it is. I'm willing to, you know, entertain arguments to the contrary. You know, for me, I'm a 30-year-old man. Sometimes I'll just eat like a bag of potato chips in a single sitting. How does this tie into Fortnite? I know things are bad for me, and yet I still do them from time to time, and so do you as well. And yet, one of us is going to come out of our little snack hovel, and we're going to say, it's the children who shouldn't be playing Fortnite. They should be playing Baldur's Gate 2. You know? Let the kids enjoy themselves. If you ever find yourself looking at, like, what 12-year-old kids think is popular and being like, that's not popular, those kids are dumb. Congrats. You're old. I went through it. I went through it when I was like 15. I was like, 12-year-olds are so stupid. You're old now. That's what being old is about. Is about looking at the younger generation and being like, were we ever that stupid? Oh my God. We're still that stupid. Have you seen the national debt? Is he joking? I can't tell. I don't know. I'll take Empress. A little bit more valuable against Hush, I think. Of course I'm joking. I don't know what the national debt is. And I won't until other countries come and try to claim it. Now, I understand the national debt is not something that's just like, hey, you owe us $1 trillion. Instead, you know, countries keep loaning debt-laden nations more money because those countries are extremely, you know, reliable when it comes to paying it back. You know who else sometimes carries a lot of debt? Billionaires, business people, homeowners, you know. Whole society is built around tactical debt. Somebody with money gives it to somebody who needs money, and in return, over a long period of time, they get more money. Honestly, I think we benefit from algaes. Now, is it just? I don't know. They're not, I mean, now we're getting into some economic stuff that is well above my weight class, but I'm just saying, it's not that they're just loaning you the money, they are also inherently taking some risk involved in the process, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, I did see a tweet once, and I didn't go in on it. Instead, I'll bring it up here, and then, you know, when the response to this comes out in, like, you know, a month and well, it's not a month and a half. The backlog is like 3 days right now. When the response comes out and people are like, NL, that's ignorant and cherry pick straw man, I'll be like, that's why I don't talk about it. But the tweet was from a server at a restaurant. Yo, that's tempting right there. And she was like, I don't understand why I get paid like, you know, minimum wage plus tips. Well, the owners who don't even go to the restaurant reap the bulk of the profits. And I was like, okay, I'm with you. Sounds like if the owners are spending all their time on a holiday, you know, it would be nice of them to spread a little bit more of the unpaid wages of the working class around. But simultaneously, they were advocating for an equal wage between the owner and the server. And I'm like, well, if the restaurant goes out of business, you go get another job as a server. If their restaurant goes out of business that they put like, you know, a couple of $1 million or at least hundreds of thousands of dollars of their life into, it's like their life is over. They're like temporarily ruined. So that's not the only reason, but I feel like you're not, like the owners are still sitting on like a time bomb in one of the most volatile industries in the world. I understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying, okay? I think you're cherry picking a little bit yourself. Now, in principle, I feel the seeds of agreement. I know it looks like I screwed this up. You're just going to have to take my word for it that I didn't, I hope. So, what is this except for awesome? That ruled. This is a terrible boss rush. Except for, oh, I don't even know if we wanted that. Except for the fact, that was so lucky, that we're killing the enemies so quickly. So what's the actual problem then? There isn't one, now that I think about it. I was just... Oh, hello, my own portal, after all this time. Well, the problem was the item. The item selection was truly awful. Dude, this portal rules? Oh, never mind, it's destroyed. Okay. We should try not to take so much damage. In the same way that Macy Gray tried to walk away, but she choked. No, it's, I try to say goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. Although I try to hide it. Dude, I don't know. I haven't heard it in a while. I don't listen to jazz, okay? It's too cerebral for me. Yeah, I know she was in the Spider-Man movie. I saw it in theaters twice, okay? I love Samuel Raimi. And Tobias Maguire. I have to admit, I am someone who does not have a long form of their name. I love to annoy people who have a short form and a long form by calling them by the long form. If somebody, you know, if there's like a Dave who wants to be called David, I will never call him Dave. That feels way too familiar. It's almost like a slap in the face. Like, you know, he was like in the highest esteem, and then you go, oh, hey Dave, hey Davey. You know, I don't like that. David, that's fine. But if somebody wants to be called, well, I'll just use a good example. If someone wants to be called Nick, I love using the long form, calling him Nicholas. You know why? It just, I feel like it puts you in a position where, like, they think you got them in trouble. Just, like, subconsciously on, like, an animal level. They're like, hold on. They just used the long form of my name, it got real. Michael's another one. Daniel. I mean, you can hear it. Robert. I use it all the time. It's not meant as, like, a dominance thing. It's just I take advantage of it, okay? Because I've got a short formable name. Sometimes people call me Rye. It sucks. It's really bad. So I try to fight back wherever I can. Hit him with the long name Yeet. Make them think they're late for dinner. Yo. Thank you, Chemical Peel. So, where do we stand? Should be full on HP. Didn't even see you there. Small rock, please. Are full on HP. Hush should be doable, for sure. Will we do Void? I don't know, man. Again, hate that. It kind of comes down to damage penalty. We should not do Void right now. The right play, I think, is to do every room but Void. But even then, I don't know how to end the run at that point. I don't think you Alt F4. I think you hold escape. Or you press escape and go quit run or something. So let's try to avoid that issue completely. And instead, well, we are not getting double damage. We're getting like slightly more damage. Let's try to avoid that issue completely and build a run capable of beating Delirium easily. Tarot Cloth would go a long way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, it's not a particularly long daily so far. We've hit the exploration bonus pretty much everywhere, I think. Our lack of range is admittedly quite the problem. Where you at? I'm not fast enough. You son of a gun. Damage penalty, a little sad. But you know what? I don't know. Do you think we're behind the curve on today's daily? If I can't figure it out, I think that means there's a pretty good chance we're right around, you know, middle of the road of high tier players. So I'd say, you know, as of right now, we're looking at a triple-digit run. I think I tend to play worse on easier runs and better on harder runs. I think I played up or down to the level of the run, and that's a bad habit. Part and parcel with, like, another problem I have occasionally, which is probably a little bit lack of focus or concentration when it comes to some runs in particular. To be fair, you know, there are... Okay, fair enough. There are some runs where I can go like 4 or 5 floors without ever even consciously thinking about what I'm doing in the game. Like, that's the point that we're at, and most of the time those still turn out to be W's. But, you know, I could probably do a little bit better about that on daily specifically. This could be huge. Top tier Devil Deal items times 4, please. There's 1, and it's good. Don't take it yet. We can use the black hearts. Okay, this is actually still great, even though it might look a little spotty. We get extra invincibility out of Empty Vessel. Sack Dagger helps us with that a lot. At this point, you know, if I'm leveling with you, no range upgrade will ever be good enough. Short of, like, trinket range upgrades. All I can say is that my life is in danger. Don't like being a Zazel when there's no range. Dude, you could... I'll hit you with some, okay? So I don't think the time is right for a blind melon, no rain parody. Like, the right time for that was 1992. But if you own, perhaps, a North American Chinese restaurant, how about... I'd like to have for lunch some fried lo mein. Fried lo mein. You know I like to keep my egg roll fried today. It kind of works. It doesn't work, but humor me. So just stay with me and I'll have lo mein. Okay, there's so many more. Do you want to hear chow mein? Please no. How about chop suey? Okay, we all know how it goes. Alright, I'm kind of speeding through here, and I shouldn't be, but I am. And I'm speeding through because the rest of the run, if it goes as planned, is still going to take forever. Empty Vessel invincibility, please. Empty Vessel invincibility, please. Like, Delirium plus Hush is a long, long fight. I'm just going to let you get destroyed. Any minute now. I gotta hold the charge, dude. At this point. Thank you. Thank you for the invincibility. Give me the deal. No deal. That's fine. So, bare minimum, I think we're gonna give ourselves some leverage by going to the Hush fight. I think a lot of people out there, the people that are not being spectated specifically, are gonna be like, I'm not gonna bother. And that's your prerogative, you know? You gotta choose. Quality of life or ranking well. I don't have that choice. Every day. Ooh, you can't Isaac's Heart. I don't even know if you want Zodiac. Capricorn is certainly takeable. I think for the +1 damage, it's fine. Right? Can't do anything about that. Fair enough. Let's take Zodiac. We must have Taurus, which is bad for the Hush fight specifically. We don't have Taurus? Why are we... What did we get that slowed us down so much? Libra. Okay, there's a benefit to Libra. Our rate of fire is awesome. Very hard for us to capitalize on that right now. But once we pop algaes, now we're cruising. Now, you can, you know, you got eyes. You can see for yourself. Not doing a whole heck of a lot of damage in the process here. But it could be worse. It's because of our 3.25 damage. Well, really, you know what happens on a run where you get Libra here? Oh, man, this is going to stink. What happens is all of your other stats come way down to build range up. Except this time, they didn't come down just for range. Just for range. They came down for tiers as well. Because our tier stat was ridiculous. So, I think that right now, this is probably the worst it could possibly be. And it's still not catastrophic. Thank you, Infamy. We should have moved when we almost got hit the first time. We don't, you know what? Capricorn is a terrible pickup as well. We lose the ability to get Empty Vessel invincibility. But just stay with me and I'll have low main. Okay, we got Succubus out of Cambion Conception. Is all gonna be worth it? Eventually. Oh my god. Good stuff. This is one where we just gotta... I mean, we're fighting him, like, intellectually. I know that sounds like a brazen self-compliment. You just gotta recognize this is probably as bad as this run will ever get. Again, I know I've repeated it a couple times here, but I stand by it. And what are we here for? Are we here to have a perfect void fight? Delirium, hush fight? There we go. No, obviously not. We're here to have a decent hush fight. And to beat hush alone is worth a decent amount of points. It's worth enough to move us up the rankings and gain the respect of our peers to a mild extent. Could be worse, honestly. Yeah, so we're going down to the Delirium floor. Curse of the Lost is horrible. Alright, we got our old damage back, which is awesome. Thank you, Infamy. It's awesome for two reasons. We're able to kill things, and Succubus is actually a good deal better as a result. I'm bracing myself for the fact that this could be the first daily we actually lose. It's the first daily on which we face Delirium. Well, we haven't faced him yet. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, but it's likely to be the first daily on which we face Delirium. Beyond that, apart from an educated guess, it's going to be, unless we get the Gauze maybe, it's going to be real tough for us to tell if we're about to fight Delirium or if we're about to fight a basic enemy, or a basic boss, I should say. So I think that our success and enjoyment of this run at this point hinges on a top tier defensive item and getting full HP. Wafer, I'll accept algaes. Please don't do me dirty like that. Okay, thank you. Wafer, even Nun's Habit buys us a little bit of support. Succubus has gotcha. I'll take it. I kind of want to give it up because of dog food, but Give it up for dog food, everybody. Or don't. Okay. So we found, mercifully, not the wrong spot. I got a bad feeling about this one. We do have a theme. We're really checking for a teleport card. Wow. Nothing is a real surprise. So I think it's likely we die. I'm trying to do whatever I can do. It's really tough. Succubus is doing something. You know, at this point, we put 32 minutes into this run. I think we just let Succubus run wild. Thank you, Infamy. Twice. If Succubus can land the hits, do a little bit of damage, please do. That's fine. Okay. That was dumb, but... Oh, get hit, get hit. For real, I know we didn't gain any spirit hearts off of that, but that was the way. And all I mean by that is, if we're gonna win this... Okay. We're gonna need demon hearts. I don't know where that one came from, but it's very merciful. How are we gonna get demon hearts? Oh my god. There's legitimately, like, one way. Any enemy that summons more than a few enemies, you son of a gun, is gonna be a good target. Help. For us to try, at least while we've got the HP to potentially make it happen. Love this fight. Love to love this fight. We're closer than I thought we'd be. But it's not looking good. Succubus, keep up the good work. There's only 2 of them. I don't think we can take the chance on that one. We'd need them both to pay out for it to be worth it. No! That one hurts the most because it was an easy dodge. Yeah. I think we got one chance. Keep moving. Never mind. And try to get... That is still a decent rank. Keep moving and try to get Demon Hearts. Or try to get Succubus to get the kill. Anyway, we got a little bit... You know, our eyes got too big here. Either way, still a fun run. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. That was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya!